Okay, hello, it's 9:30, February 13th, 2021, and welcome to the weather update. And it is a pretty miserable day, another gray day, and to add to it, we have a little light freezing rain and light freezing rain and sleet in the late afternoon into the evening hours, and plenty of clouds around, as you'll see there on the satellite. Let's look at the CONUS satellite view, and again, pretty much the same old story. Here you go. It's the same old song. Here's your low here, another low here, and this is the Tuesday system that we got to watch for, all along this stalled frontal boundary right here that we're dealing with, right like that. So, yep, it's just a really crappy weather pattern that we're in, and it's dangerous and icy in some areas. Luckily, Long Island has been avoiding the worst of it. For the most part, but other areas have not. And so let's look at the radar right now, and you'll see what's going on here. This is the national radar view right here, and again, you can see that light frozen. It's very light, but they've been getting a little more of it in New Jersey, and it's white. There's been some reports of dangerous road conditions and a bad accident on the Parkway. And you can see, look at all that. There's actually severe weather off the west coast of Florida. This is all just churning up that front. And here's the next system in the west here. This will be the Tuesday system. It's right now. Looks like it's affecting Flagstaff with a little snow. So, yeah, it's not great. It's not a great pattern at all. And power outages. There's been a lot of power outages from this storm because they've had a lot of ice. And this is impacting Virginia and North Carolina very heavily, as well as Kentucky and West Virginia. So we look at Virginia, they have 277,063 outages, and some of these areas are almost in complete blackout conditions. So some of these counties right here. So even though the weather sucks here, it could always be worse. You could be dealing with no power in some of these counties in Virginia. Dinwiddie, almost a complete blackout. These dark red counties are almost complete blackouts, complete collapse of the power system there. In North Carolina, we have 118, and it's confined to a small area in North Carolina. I'm not sure familiar with these areas. These are probably more rural areas, but again, it's causing a lot of damage. West Virginia, too, you're dealing with a lot of outages as well in parts of in Wayne County, Lincoln County, and Cabell County, as well, dealing with some outages as well there as well. This is all from the ice storm. Texas also has some outages, and there are quite a few outages in Oregon in this area here, Clackamas County. So I don't know if it's from ice or snow, but 95,225 outages. Marion, almost a complete outage there. Polk County. So yeah, these areas are really getting hit very hard. And again, it's these storms, this constant parade of storms that's coming through. And it's causing problems. And if we go ahead and we look at the now, fortunately, Long Island, we're not getting problems, but in New Jersey, there is a bad accident right here on the Parkway. Delays on North Garden State northbound. All right, all lanes have reopened now, but there was a bad accident here that wound up having all northbound lanes closed, and they're saying it's due to icy conditions. And there's also a crashing utility pole down over here, so there's been a number of accidents, weather-related, delay. Yep. They got some tractor-trailer restrictions, weather-related. So this is the area that's getting hit harder with the ice. Luckily, we have not gotten hit too hard by it, but we have to worry about the Tuesday system. That's the one we're going to have to worry about. So let's go look at our current conditions around outside. And it's been a pretty gray, dreary day. We do have a winter weather advisory in effect till 10 a.m. tomorrow, I believe. So let's see. Yeah, 10 a.m. for tomorrow. 30 degrees at Farmingdale. We've pretty much been stuck in that temperature range, upper 20s to around 30. But it feels quite chilly because of the dampness in the air that is going on across the areas. The weather service rate, which we're not going to use. So let's go take a look at the map and see what's changed. Well, you can see here's your storm right here. This is the GFS here. So this is the GFS model that we are looking at right now. And we're going to actually keep it at the surface, I think, for at least the beginning part of this because of the storms. So here's the storm going by the south And tomorrow should be dry. That's the good news. It'll be cloudy, but it'll be dry. We shouldn't have any precipitation. That's the next system, which goes off to the south. And then this is the system that we've got to worry about. This is the Tuesday system here that is approaching. And this one here, right now, GFS is thinking rain and takes it right over our area, which will bring in enough warm air for it to be rain. But to the north and west could be more ice. And then they have this high that'll try to build in and bring us maybe some nicer weather Wednesday. And then the next system, here's the next system, which goes to the west, and we're plenty of warm air with that, and another high builds in for that weekend. And then after that, it looks like we finally break out of this pattern. So hopefully we can break out of it and not have to deal with these constant storms anymore, because it's just been relentless. But luckily, we're just dealing with light precipitation. All right, we're dealing with gloomy weather. Like I said, if you're further south in North Carolina and Virginia, you're dealing with ice, and a lot of it. And they've had a pretty bad ice storm down there. So let's take a closer look at, we'll go to the upper air part of it now. So you see there's that ridge that's off this is the ridge that's causing all this misery, all right? And there's the trough. So in between the two is where you have your storms, and the trough just sits there. And we get into a big ridge toward the end of this upcoming week, Thursday, and that could bring in some warm air and rain, which at this point, you know what, bring it on, because I'm really tired of the snow, and I think all of us are, and we'd like to see it gone. And then some cold air follows for the weekend. Actually, a trough, so we'll have some cold air. But no train service, but I'll find a way to the Pine Barrens. It's not going to be easy. And then some more troughs come through, and then... So it looks like it starts moving along again. We get out of this really unusual stuck pattern that we're in here. Now let's go ahead and look at the European upper air, and it probably is pretty much the same idea here, though it's a little different for the Tuesday system, which we'll have to look at. And then that Euro comes through, and the Euro seems to want to keep this going a little more. So we'll have to see. There's again a disagreement going on, which isn't surprising when you think about it. It's not surprising. So let's go to the precipitation and moisture outlook here. So here's your system. This is the GFS, and you can see it's got that light frozen precipitation over us tonight. It's gone. Tomorrow's dry, and Monday, at least a good part of Monday, should be dry. And then later on is when we got to worry about this system. And that icing is pretty close, just the north and the west in New York City. But it does keep that line well north, a little further north and west as we go through the day on Tuesday. And that system kind of moves away, and then we get into better weather. But the question is, again, is the GFS have it in the wrong spot? Let's look at the surface temperatures. That is what we're going to do right now. As we head into tomorrow, you'll see surface temperatures maybe just a tad warmer than today, low to mid-30s. And then for Monday, same thing, low to mid-30s. You can see where that stall front is right there. And then Tuesday is what we got to watch for, because cold air is going to try to come down. And the question is, does enough cold air come down? And how deep is it right now? Right now, GFS says it's in the mid to upper 30s, which would be rain, plain rain. And then after it passes, the cold air comes down, and then we drop into the upper teens, low 20s, and probably teens actually. And then Wednesday we're going to be in the mid 20s. Wednesday will be a nice cold day actually. But then it starts warming up again for Thursday, and there comes that warm air. Could be well into the 50s in New Jersey for a Friday morning, and that gets pushed off. The front comes through. The weekend is cold again, so we have highs, seasonal highs around 30 degrees for Saturday, and Sunday it warms up a little more in the mid-30s. But it's all about this storm, so let's go back to the view, obviously, because there are a bunch of models, and the models obviously have their different opinions. All right, this is the 0Z NAM for tonight. And again, don't worry about tonight and tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be that bad. This system for Monday kind of stays offshore, but again, we're going to be in the clouds. And then this, I don't have enough. But yeah, this only goes out till, so I got 60 hours of this. But you can see here, that low center, the NAM is even warmer and brings in plenty of warm air, which should mean just plain rain, which would be very welcome. Let's look at the 18Z. Similar idea. So a good slug of rain for Tuesday, and it would come in the earlier part of the day, and then it would be out of here. Again, it would just be plain rain, unless you're north of the city, which would be great news. We could use a little rain to wash this snow away. As you know, I am tired of it. Let's see what it has for the temperatures here. Yeah, so it has the temperatures actually getting into the 40s, maybe around 40 degrees for Tuesday. So that would really help get rid of some of that snow for sure. And we wouldn't have to deal with any ice. So I'm hoping that the NAM, GFS so far all indicate that it's too far for the HRRR yet, the Tuesday system. The next model I could use would be the ICON model. And we'll look at the ICON temperatures, and then we'll look at the actual storm on it. So here's the temperatures on the ICON tomorrow. Actually, this is tomorrow, and then this is Monday here, and this is Tuesday. And it looks like the ICON would also keep us out of the freezing precipitation, and then a cold day would follow on Wednesday. So let's go look at this. ICON, similar situation. ICON actually has a much weaker system. A much more weaker, disorganized system. I don't know if I'm buying that. But that's what it looks like on the ICON. A weaker, disorganized system. And then the second system for the other part of the week, well, this one looks a little more organized, but might start as snow, but I think that would change to rain. That would be Thursday. So that's what basically the gist of the models look like. And if we go back to the GFS here, and we could put total snowfall accumulation, go through that system, you'll see it's all to the north and the west there. This is for GFS, all right? And NAM, again, we don't have enough of the 0Z in for that. Let's use the let's use the 18Z. You can see, though, just to the north and west is where the frozen precipitation would be. It's all about the storm track. It's all about the storm track. And right now that track keeps trending to the north and the west, which puts us in warmer air, which is a good thing. But we still got to look at the RGEM model. And we still have a few more models to look at here. RGEM, I don't know how much farther I'm going to get. Yeah, similar idea with the RGEM, with the frozen precipitation well to the north and the west. So there seems to be an agreement on most of these models that it will be a rain event and not a snow event, and not an ice event, which would really be the worst. Ice is the worst, absolute worst. So we'll look at the skies, sky forecast. Obviously clouds tomorrow, Tuesday. But you see later on Tuesday it starts breaking up, and Wednesday, maybe if this cirrus can hold off a little bit, we can have a mostly sunny day. Maybe we'll have some sunshine Wednesday, and that'll be the next chance for sun. So we still got to get through tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday, and then after that, we might actually see the sun again. Isn't that amazing? Sure is. It sure is. So let's go look at windy.com, which would be the next model to look at, would be the European on this, and we'll take a look and see what the European is going to do with this system here. And it's the Euro that we have it on. So let's, again, go to Tuesday here. The Euro is just a teeny bit colder. No, actually, the Euro is pretty warm, too. It does have some windiness to it, but the Euro is above freezing, so this would also indicate rain. Yeah. It does indicate some freezing precip, but it looks like it really moves it through quick, too. All right, this is Tuesday. There's another system over there. Let's say this is Monday night. Little light freezing precipitation. It has the freezing precipitation off to the west. You can see but for us, it's just rain. So according to this, new snow, there's nothing. Yeah. So again, I'm really not thinking we're going to see a whole lot from this system on Tuesday right now. But we have to keep our eye on it, obviously, and we'll see exactly what happens. But right now, it looks like the worst. It looks like right now, the worst is we may avoid us. All right, but these are some of the ice storms that are dealing with here. Ice storms. in Texas. And you can go to news here, and you'll see hundreds of thousands without power in the Northwest. The Pacific Northwest had to deal with ice too, and then you got this other ice storm in Virginia and North Carolina as well. That's causing a lot of power outages. So we definitely do not want to have an ice storm, and right now I'm happy that the chances of that seem to be dwindling for us, and hopefully it stays that way, because that is not what we want to have. That's for sure. Take a foot of snow over ice. Ice is the absolute worst. It causes so much damage. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.